Jason David Frank's widow, Tammie Frank, has had enough of people accusing her of having something to do with his passing and recently took to Instagram to address it. I too am on Instagram and someone sent me something that spoke to how they felt about Tammie.
In fact, my dad's been a filmmaker for over 30 years and he used to do meetings with Jason when I was a kid, so I actually knew him. This was a really tough passing to accept, but one thing that not anyone is peeping at all is Jason was very big on Instagram. So if Tammie was really telling the truth, why the was Jason not following her? He's following Jenna, not Tammie, and no one has access to his profile. Go look now and save it and mark it in your favorites and your photos before they finally get access to his shit. Realize how in his profile in Instagram, go to the following list and look up Tammie. He's not fucking following her. No one's noticing that shit. No one's calling it out.
Now, this message was sent to me on Saturday, December 10th, which I did go and verify, but sure enough, as of today, December 13th, if you check his following, he recently started following Tammie Frank. This wasn't there over the weekend, but let's get into her post. She said, so for everyone who keep harassing her and talking about her negatively, she posted this: fake news, lies. Very sad how people just make things up. First of all, my daughter did not self-delete. Second of all, my husband, Jason David Frank, we were not divorced yet. We were not fighting. No one had to break us up. That's insane. I never called the police, never felt threatened. We're going to address that later. Those are complete lies, completely made up. So yes, I cannot wait until the police report comes out so that some of the news outlets, mostly TMZ, can retract that she revoked their story. I love my husband and he loves me. No one knows anything about our relationship except the people that we call family and friends. Has anyone ever heard me make a bad comment about my husband? No, but in that divorce filing, she definitely made several bad comments. I am not money hungry. Sure, we believe that. I've been with this man for 23 years. We built everything together. Y'all built everything together? I doubt that. I think it's so disgusting what people say about me, and I know my husband would be appalled with your comments. I want to say thank you for the sweet comments and prayers that and support that those who fall in line with believe all women gave me. She said most of you guys give. Sorry about that. I must have misread that. But people were calling her out on it. They didn't hold back. Is it true he was served at Comic-Con? That would really hurt, which I'm sure it did. Her response: he had a lawyer first and I had no idea where or when he would be served, as that was not my decision. I'll give her some credit. Sure, she can put it on her legal team. But when I had filed for divorce and my soon-to-be ex-wife had an attorney, we literally just gave it to her attorney via email. It was served, it was done, it was very hush-hush. Next comment. May I ask, had the divorce proceedings been stopped? Nope. This is a yes or no question. Look at all this in which she gives, which is a roundabout way. She doesn't even address it. The answer is no, because in Texas, if you are the one who filed the divorce and your spouse has not yet filed a response, which we know JDF did, or counter petition, then you alone can dismiss the suit. You are known as the petitioner, and you can file a notice of non-suit without prejudice. Once the judge signs it, your divorce will be dismissed. However, in their case, if you and your spouse have both filed paperwork with the court, then both parties must agree to dismiss a divorce case in Texas. Both spouses will have to sign the motion to dismiss the divorce case. Once the judge signs off on it, the divorce proceedings will cease. There we go. But people dug a little deeper. I believe you guys were working on stuff, I really do, but something sent Jason over the edge, which I agree with. Something was said to him that he just couldn't handle and he decided to delete himself. So if it wasn't you who said something, which we know she was the last person he had human contact with, then who was it? A bellboy? A guest at the front desk? Maybe a phone call? She responds, in time, unfortunately, I've tried to protect my husband, but there are some things I just can't legally protect because it's the law. It makes no sense. I have texts from the past 6 weeks, which she has not released, that we were working everything out. He was super happy, but he still dealt with his self-deletion tendencies. Way beyond me in our relationship. People don't think I would do anything to save my husband. They're crazy. A piece of me believes her for that. Then just tell us the real reason why he took himself out. I've told you guys before, he has been dealing with this his whole life. I never when every video I've seen, I've never really seen him as being dealing with any issues like this, but you know, maybe I'm wrong. She has saved him for 23 years. I mean, basically she's saying she was the only person that's keeping him alive. His ex-wife saved him many times. I haven't heard anything from her. This is something he has dealt with, and many people could agree and vouch for this. But that's really none of anyone's business. He took a wrong turn this past year and cannot find his way back. I never ever thought this would be the outcome. I would have never left my husband, the love of my life, there ever. On the Bible, he was my everything and will be my everything until I can have my last breath and be with him, which I wish was sooner than later. So now she kind of alluded that she may be feeling some type of way. Those are some good questions, but people should really push to ask questions around the divorce, because the divorce reveals a person's true intentions, their real motivations. So the first question I would have asked Tammie is, why did you want the court to award you the house and the car in the divorce, and for him to pay the electricity and cable? Now, I found their house. It's a nice house, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 5,100 square feet. It's worth about $1 million. So basically, when she asked him for the house and the car, she's asking to award her $1 million. Two, can you elaborate on the cruel treatment you're cited in your divorce? Did JDF ever hit you? I know this is a tough question to ask, but you did say he was guilty of cruel treatment, and you made it seem like that the cruel treatment and the difference in personalities was the reason you guys could not live together. So can you elaborate on this cruel treatment you experienced? In what sense did JDF commit property fraud? And you wanted reimbursement? Can you expound on that? Why did you ask the courts to grant you a restraining order against JDF? Was he a violent person towards you?
Nope.
What was the restraining order for? Also, you accused him of adultery. How did you learn this? Who was it with? Did you know the person? Did they ever come forward? Were they at the funeral? So many questions about this because I couldn't find anything about his adultery. What do you do for a living? Like, how do you make money? I know you probably helped him out at his dojo, but why did you ask JDF to pay your lawyer fees? Now, here's where it gets really good. Based on the prenup, what percentage of the marital house do you own? Because JDF wanted it enforced, and he said it outlined or eliminated people having certain rights to properties. I'm guessing you didn't own 100% of that house. I would be probably remiss if I didn't say you owned 0% of the house, because he asked for it when he responded to you. Why did JDF accuse you of cruel treatment? He cited that you were the problem. You were the reason that y'all could no longer live together. 9, I know in your messages you said he snored a lot, and I couldn't find the message where you replied that he had sleep apnea and his snoring could wake the dead. But at home, did you sleep in separate rooms? How many vacations did you go on where y'all slept in separate rooms? And the final question, if the divorce went through and the prenup was upheld, what would you walk away with? Those are some questions I would love to ask. Those are just 10. Those are just the tip of the iceberg. Let's just see if she responds. She probably won't, because I'm just a small YouTuber just trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm also on Instagram. If you want to send me something, it's at HenryResilient_. But let me know what you guys think about these questions. What questions would you ask her? Put them in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.